I'm ready.
Yummy.
That was normal.
I'm a normal guy. Why is it a microphone? And why does that mean that there's also out there somewhere a macrophone that's just like
No, you're not understand. It's not micro like small. It's micro, the dirty jobs guy. It's his phone. It's his phone. It's the microphone.
Micro, is that you?
Hello.
It's a dirty job. Someone gotta do it.
Exactly. What's he up?
He's in there. He's in there cleaning
all the phones.
a sewer or something.
Yeah, but no, you got a point. Yeah, is there a macro phone? I think. Did you find something? What is that image?
I don't know.
Who is he?
I don't know.
From Shutterstock? Who's downloading that image?
Oh, okay. I gotta send you one more, dude. There's only one macrophone, and this is it.
Oh, God, dude. That's insane.
All microphones are born from that.
Whoa. Yeah, just gives birth to little babies.
Yeah.
Well, I know what I'm doing later tonight.
Diving in to the mysteries of the macrophone.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Off Angle Podcast. Where two best friends take a look at movies and all that life has to offer.
Yeah, what else?
We do it, but from a slightly different perspective, though.
What else do we do? That's it.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, we eat snacks sometimes.
Okay.
And
That's all you need to make a podcast. You need three things. So
we got the three. Movies, life, snacks. Both did that. Well, okay.
that's everything there is, I think.
Well, it does kind of encompass all.
It's everything in a dictionary.
I don't know why life and snacks are different than life.
Yes.
Life
different.
Some people go through life without snacks.
It's its own category.
True. But I'm Tyler.
And I'm Tyler. I'm not Tyler.
I'm not Tony.
So by process of elimination, if we're the only two people here, they can figure it out.
They got it. They're smart. But welcome back.
Welcome back.
We're here.
We're here.
We're here. We're back.
Again.
We're boys.
With another
We're still
hot
boys.
one.
Yes.
Another.
Let's change it up. This one's going to be garbage. This one's going to be a bad
Cold
episode.
one?
Yeah, let's make a cold one.
That's already a thing.
Yeah. And instead of a cold open, we'll do a hot open.
Hot open.
Yeah.
How does that work?
Yeah, sweaty. We got to be sweaty.
Why is this open so hot?
Buff. Jalapenos.
Jalapeno.
That was just one thing. Sweaty buff jalapenos.
Jalapeno poppers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Jalapeno. Peno. I wish my name had a little accent in one of the letters.
Pino.
Just a little squiggle.
He could.
Tyler.
You could put one in.
Tyler.
Where would you put it?
Over the E. Well, I guess I could put it anywhere. I want to put the two dots.
Yeah, but
over the
jalapeno,
T.
that's different. That's Spanish.
No, I know.
That's a Spanish meow.
Yeah.
They don't have a meow in French.
But they got things. I didn't say it had to be that same one. I just want something.
Accent circumflex and the accent
I'm
aigu
surprised
and
you
the
remember
accent grave.
You're right. That's all true. That's all coming back to me. I did not remember those terms until just this moment.
That's what's in there, baby. That's what's in there. I don't know what I had for breakfast, but accent circumflex
lives in your head rent free.
Yeah. Each podcast we could do a different language.
Let's stick to the snacks from different places.
All in Japanese, all in Korean.
Well, you have the power. Use the AI.
True.
And just do it, so we don't have to learn a new language every week.
You know what we should do? We
should
should do a
version,
whole podcast. Okay, we record a podcast.
Right.
Hear me out. We record the whole podcast.
We should do that. Yeah.
We've never done that before. Record the whole podcast. Take the footage. Reverse it. Reverse it, and then have our lines and memorize them in reverse.
Oh, yeah. So then played back.
Yeah. So then it would be like we're talking in reverse all the time. And to know what we're talking about, they'd have to download it and unreverse it.
Yeah, and that like increases our
downloads.
Well, I don't know how they're downloading it, but
I don't know.
They'll figure that if they really want to hear us, if they're big fans, they'll find a way.
Keep track of that in your analytics anywhere.
And it probably really hurt our retention rate if they immediately.
Well, maybe someday
why are they talking
YouTube will
backwards?
add a reverse. Okay, it'll have the speeds and it'll be like, oh, play in reverse.
True. Well, I think you could do it like Snapchat or something. Record it in Snapchat, and then it has a reverse thing, I think.
Now
so
you're
we're gonna
talking.
The stock, invest in Snapchat. Stock's going up after we post in
I want
reverse.
to do one where the table is bolted to the ceiling and
Okay.
we're hanging upside down.
We're gonna have major headaches.
Oh, let me take a drink. And it goes all over my face and stuff.
I don't know why you'd want that, but
It
we
would be
could do.
funny.
It'd be hard to pull
Or maybe
off.
you're right side up, but then every time
Okay.
it cuts to me, I'm upside down, and you're like eating your fruit snacks, and they pass them to me, and they're
Yeah,
like,
but the camera's oriented correctly, right?
yeah.
Oriented. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's just weird. It's like my gravity is inversely related to yours.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah.
You work on bolting the table and the chair and yourself.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna practice talking to you like this.
Okay. Yeah. That's not even. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even workload. I like it.
Right.
See, I'm telling you, season 2, we're gonna do all of this stuff.
Innovating.
All of it.
Mm-hmm. And
And
more.
more.
And more. Just like, yep.
And less.
I got a hypothetical question.
Okay. I like questions, and I like maybe.
So if I didn't respond, like I just stopped talking to you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
How long, or if ever, would it take before you are concerned? You reach out to my mom. You something is up. I am worried about Tyler. What is going on?
Probably a couple weeks. I mean, it depends on what the time. It depends on what era we're in.
Yeah. Well, I guess now it'd be a little
Current
more.
era,
yeah.
it would be like, okay, probably quicker.
Yeah.
Past
On the podcast,
depends.
Tyler. Are you
Yeah.
dying?
Yeah. I don't know. Probably a couple weeks.
Okay. Explain to me the steps. Day 7.
Well, because it depends how many messages you don't respond to.
Right.
So it depends how many times I'm contacting you. There's been times in our lives where we don't contact each other for a month, but obviously, like right now, and generally average, it's once a week at least, at the very least.
Yeah.
Unless we're hanging out and doing stuff or whatever. So I send something, you don't answer. Okay, that happens. Whatever. You're busy. You forget to answer. Whatever the heck. And then if you do it again, second one, it's like, okay, whatever. Third time, you don't answer me.
Start
I'm like,
getting a little
okay.
worried. Okay.
Yeah, and then I'm like, all right, what's going on here?
Do
I
something.
might call you after that.
Okay.
If I didn't already call you after the second one.
Right.
And then I'm like, all right, you don't answer it. And now I'm like, okay, something's going on. And now at that point, my anxiety and my detective nature is like, I got to figure out what's going on right now. So I got to start calling people and start figuring things out. Yeah.
Okay.
So me, it's not so much a ramp as it is nothing to okay, I'm figuring this out right now.
Yeah. 911.
Yeah.
Do you have any? Well, I guess you probably through Facebook and stuff, way of contacting my family and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I figured out.
Yeah, you're a smart guy.
Yeah.
See, for me, because I was thinking about this for you, and again, obviously in this era it'd be different, but like you said, I've pretty much had time recently.
Yeah.
For unrelated, not important why, but
Yeah.
it was 3 months.
Yeah.
I think I did. No, I didn't message your dad, but I think your dad had messaged me. I think it was near some sort of holiday. Maybe it was your birthday or something. He was asking what he should get you. And I checked with him he's still good, right? He's alive, right?
Yeah.
But it's different with me, but with all our other friends, you are you not responding isn't abnormal.
Right.
So it's oh, Tony didn't answer. Whatever. He's probably busy or
Yeah. Okay.
something. So
right.
it would extend the timeline.
But why do you think the ghost thing happened? It's not
because he ghosts everybody.
Yeah, it's not. Well, okay. Here's the thing. I'm not proud of it. I've
Just
tried
own
to
it,
not
baby.
do that anymore.
Yeah.
As of
2024, baby.
well, it was before 2024. It's been a process,
Keeping
but
better.
Whatever. I don't like doing it. I don't want to do it anymore. I don't. Yeah. It doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not oh hell yeah, I'm gonna not answer, and I'm just gonna isolate.
You just look at it
and go through a spiral and be depressed, dude. Wouldn't that be sick?
Oh, I know what I'm doing later. Crying
Sick
and ignoring
ghost.
my friend.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I work on it. Okay. So from now on, it should be the same thing as I said. Okay. It should no more month, 2 months, 3 months,
Good.
whatever. Yeah.
Good. Because, you're going to get into... Because, I would check on you for sure. Or, like I said, check with your dad or something, Make sure you're okay at least. But, some of our other friends, they would just assume that's just...
Yeah.
You're just not talking. So
well, nobody really meant. Okay, well, yeah.
Don't need to dig into it,
Yeah.
but yeah. Just want to make sure someone's looking out for you. I got you.
Yeah,
I got
appreciate. I mean, yeah. Now I have more people at least.
Yeah.
But basically,
Just in general, I think we, as friends, but also as boys, being men specifically.
yeah.
Last year, 2022 even, I was trying to be better about contacting my friends, seeing my friends more, just like telling them more about what's going on in my life, not just the things are good, but actually talking, especially if there's a problem, for sure, like talking about the bad things as well, the negative things, because that's always important. And I don't feel like, because we never had that much of that kind of relationship. Like none of our friends really, our guy friends, were close in that way. But not that we were dealing with too much until we were older, obviously. But I think it's important to start having those, even if they're going to be tougher conversations, they're important to have, If we got beef or something, or if you're just dealing with something.
I got all the beef for you.
You do have a lot of beef for some reason.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
it's a good meat, but not my favorite.
You're my boy, man. There's nobody else sitting at this table. You know what I'm saying?
It's not big enough.
And I mean, I decided, I don't remember when, like last year or something, that we're just boys for good.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I already knew, but what I mean is like, whatever has happened with other boys is like, I'm not going to let happen in terms of like this. Like if you were like, hey, Tony, I'm moving to Germany next year, I'd be like, all right, I'm going to Germany, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, or something. Yeah, we're going to make it work.
Right.
We're going to stay in contact.
Yes.
We're going to whatever.
Yeah.
Or ride or dies, baby.
Yeah. It's been such a positive in my life that like, I wish more people had.
Yeah.
You can't let go of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because there's been a lot of people I've talked to, whether it's like coworkers or like a girlfriend's friend group or something like that. It's very rare not only to have like one best friend, like actually like genuine, like they would be there for you anytime you need them, but multiple people. Like we had a core group growing up. Obviously things are different now, but not many people had that for as long as we did. Like we've had each other in our lives. We've had a friend group for like 2/3 of our life and us even longer than that. Yep. And that is sadly uncommon. And I'm glad, because obviously everyone grows up, changes, etc., goes their own way. But 80% of our lives we've gone in the same direction with our interests and our endeavors, so it's been good. It's very, very rare. It's very good,
especially when there was times when we didn't go to the same school or anything.
Yeah.
Normally, when you're in middle school, high school, or whatever, like that dictates everything.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But we've always stuck together,
and when we were doing it was pre, Discord and all that kind of BS. It was just purely, okay, I'm coming over, et cetera.
Right? I mean, we had phones to text each other and that sort of thing, but
it's not the same now.
We weren't hopping into calls or anything. Our internet couldn't even handle that. Yeah. It was just, I need to see you, baby. You're spending the whole summer in my house, like every weekend. Yeah. So it was good.
And here we are.
But yeah, so I just think it's important. I'm glad that we've taken these steps and have managed to make it work. And just continuing to have maturity in our friendship is important. Because obviously I don't think we're going to get into any nitty gritty details on the podcast about like negative stuff going on in our life. Maybe eventually, but I'm glad that we have those talks.
Whole turn, baby. Season 2 is emotional deep dives.
I think it's important because even if they're not going through exactly the same thing, everyone's going through something.
Yeah, for sure.
It can be good to hear other people's
have a whole therapy session.
Yeah. Which also I think it was the Beau is Afraid episode. You were fixing your mic like the whole episode, but nothing was even like happening. You're just like,
no, it's falling. I can see it falling.
Okay.
It's like slowly dripping.
Weird.
See?
But it was funny. It's just that episode in particular. I don't know, man. You were just like touching it like nothing. Nothing was actually happening. It's like you were just like.
I'm a fidgety person.
No, I am too. It's so subconscious, everything that I do in terms of making noises and everything. Like I'm obviously immune to it because I do it all the time. It just comes out of my brain, but I don't realize how often it is until somebody calls me out on it. And so actually they called me out on it because we were like not watching anything. We were just like laying there and just, talking or whatever, and then we just there's a lull, nothing was happening, and I don't know, it's like humming a song or something. And she's like, yeah, you really can't just like sit in silence, can you? I'm like, I don't.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even like. I genuinely didn't even realize I started doing anything.
Yeah.
It's just like I just can't. I don't know. Or I have to like actually actively like
people.
Let me not do that. Yeah.
It's stimming.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm probably twice as bad as you are. I'm not even exaggerating.
I wonder if that comes like if creativity and that sort of thing kind of coincide, because it's like our brains are always thinking of, you know, things.
Yeah.
So it's like we always gotta do something. Something's always on the brain.
Yeah. Definitely.
Which that's another thing I admire about us. That's another reason I think we're fucking lit is
True, dude. Let's just have a whole podcast about how lit we are, man.
So another reason we're awesome is because I just like that we are passionate about stuff. We have passions. We have interests. Because that's another thing I realize with some people is they don't have anything. Yeah.
They don't like anything.
Yeah. Like, I mean, you know, they might watch some movies or like a show or, you know, they got a job, of course. But like if they were just by themselves at home, they would have no way of or even like out. They just have nothing. They have nothing they're like passionate about, nothing that drives them through to the next day. Like I can always entertain myself anytime. Like I could be alone by myself for a month.
Productive ways and 20 unproductive ways.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're all productive, but there's always something for me to do that will keep me occupied, whether it's I could play something, I could record something, I could diddle around with some music, listen to music. Just I can make a spreadsheet about the movies I've watched. Like anything. I make spreadsheets. Like that's entertaining. I don't know. It's just fun. Like I'll just do anything.
Basically.
I'm never without something to do.
My biggest problem, as we've talked about this before, is my creativity is...
Yeah. Nothing gets done.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, not only does anything get done, it's like I'll have an idea and I'm like, I want to do this. I want to do it. But it's totally unrelated to anything else I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I
can't, you have to learn a whole new skill to do it.
And I can't like listen to that all the time. Or even like, you know, with content stuff, I'm like, okay, I want to make this. But like, it doesn't fit into anything else.
Right.
So I can't.
Well, that's why we started like a bunch of YouTube channels.
Yes, exactly.
Or whatever. And why for the longest time, my portfolio, like I couldn't do anything because I'm like, well, none of this stuff relates. Like trying to get hired. I'm like, I have nothing to show you because nothing I've done, although shows my talent, but it's not like my Wizard 101 videos don't exactly showcase my editing prowess, even though they do. But like, you know, we just like doing everything.
Yup.
If I have an idea, I want to be able to make it or bring it to life.
Literally.
Regardless of what the medium is or what skill I will need to make it happen.
Yeah, well, that's why, you know, that's why, like,
yeah. That's why we fill in the gaps. Like, I'm not good at, like, drawing graphic design stuff. You have that. Or, alternatively, we kind of, like, can half the workload. If we're both working on it, it becomes much easier.
Yeah, and plus you're just like a, you know, kind of a sounding board or something. Like I have all these ideas that like I don't want to do it myself because it's lame and it's boring and it's stupid. Or if I think something's funny, it's like I don't know that it's funny. I want to workshop it with you and make sure it's funny.
Yeah. Exactly. If you shoot me down,
right?
Which I don't think it's been very often. I mean, there's definitely been endeavors that we like went most of the way through and they were like, this isn't that great. But I don't know if there's been too many where we're like, that's Tony, that's fucking stupid. Yeah. Don't do that.
Most of our stuff has been good ideas. We just don't actualize it.
Yeah.
Where I wish we would have just kept trying.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, because sometimes I get too much in my head of like, is it going to be worth it? What are other people going to think and whatever? Because I've talked to the other Tyler about this of like sort of the like creator's paradox of like we create because we enjoy it, obviously. Like I wouldn't if I didn't love it. Like it's my passion. But at the same time, if nobody sees what I made, if nobody enjoys the things that I create, then it doesn't like even if it doesn't have to be like a million people, even if it's just my family or something. Like if nobody saw it, then I also feel like it had no purpose. Like I need some level of validation or some level of just like, oh wow, this is really good, or that was really funny, or you know, whatever my intention was with that project. And so sometimes I'm like, well, am I going to be able to show this to people? Like for the longest time, my wizard stuff, I kept completely, obviously you, my friends, but like if somebody asked me, I'm like, I like making videos. And like, oh, you got a YouTube? And I'm like, yeah, but
really.
Exactly. And now I'm just like, nah, that's cool. I mean, even if they're not interested in it, it's still cool stuff.
It's history.
So I've stopped caring. I've realized like people can appreciate it even if they're not super deep in that particular
also, you
interest.
never know if you don't finish the thing. There was a whole era when we were doing stuff and we just were not finishing anything, which was the most. It was a time when we were making a bunch of music videos and we didn't finish any of them.
And that was like the number one. That's like the number one rule everyone says is like just finish the project, learn from it.
Yeah,
just post it, whatever, get it out there, just be done, and you move on. Not everything has to be a masterpiece. Not everything has to be perfect. Most things aren't. Nothing's perfect. You can fiddle with something and make it perfect forever, And I'm trying to be better about that. There hasn't been too many things I've started recently that I haven't at least.
Which that's one thing I want, because I have all these ideas and I want to make a bunch of different channels, a bunch of different everything.
Right.
But if we could find ways to kind of, like for example, one thing that I think would be cool is if we had like a TikTok or something where we kind of did the same like. And it was just all like filmmaking experiments, basically. Some of them, like same thing, we were doing like music videos, but just like 30 seconds long. So it's like much less of a project, not as much, putting effort and money and time into it, just a little short thing, or like little just testing different effects or testing different stuff or like doing little things, Yeah.
Like,
I don't know, just like.
Well, no, I've been excited because there's, a lot of those types of ideas I've ran through my head because now that people are really rewarding and watching short form content, it does open a lot of doors for the way our minds work where we don't have to make this 10-minute thing or make an entire channel for this one idea. We can just throw it all out there and test different things, and it doesn't have to be some month-long devotion of our time to make it happen.
We got to make a channel thing. It's going to be called Off Angle Labs.
Okay, baby.
And it's just like little stuff, random garbage.
Yeah.
That just feels good on your eyeballs.
My eyeballs don't get enough massaging, you know?
I'm telling you, a lot of things that we've done would be nice to go on something like that. Just
I wanted another TikTok because when Tyler was over, we were watching through some of the old videos from my one camera. And I want to just do one of just like posting completely out of context videos from my childhood once a day or whatever. Because there were some very funny things where it's just no context. Even in context, it was random. But yeah.
Hell yeah.
It would be funny. But yeah, we need to do it because that's sometimes a lot of the reason we don't start things is because like it is just some random little effect or whatever. And it's like, well, how are we going to utilize this? What grandiose idea can we utilize this for?
Right.
Let's make our short film or whatever. Like, it doesn't always have to be something huge, something life-changing.
It makes it unbiteable.
I don't want an idea to go hidden because we didn't think it was good enough or we thought it would not fit in anywhere else.
Exactly, bro.
We got to just experiment, baby.
Now you're talking.
Yeah, so we'll do it.
Now you're talking. What is this? The freaking introspective episode?
Yeah, I don't know. We're getting real.
Behind the scenes, behind the angles.
Talk about ourselves. Talk about life. Talk about everything,
Yeah, I like it.
Not everything has to be
crazy.
Silly, crazy. You can just have
maybe it could
real
be.
conversations.
Maybe it could be.
Maybe it could be.
Sometimes you got to get deep.
Yeah, it's important. It's important. We're grown men now.
It's terrifying.
In numbers, at least.
Don't say that. That's terrifying. I don't want to think about that.
It is scary.
It's scary out there, everybody.
It's pretty scary. I don't know how it worked. It wasn't intentional, but we did. Like, I started talking about one thing, and it looped into another thing I wanted to talk about. We did it perfectly without even trying. Look at that.
Definitely not scripted.
Look at that.
What was the other thing you wanted to talk about?
It was just how I like seeking people's approval of like the things that I do and that sort of stuff. So it kind of came back around to that. But yeah, just in general, I feel not even with content, but I've realized a lot of what I do. Like we're both like people pleasers. We don't want to upset anybody. We avoid confrontation and stuff like that if possible. And I realize that bleeds into like pretty much every aspect of my life is. I mean, I don't like change who I am or anything to please somebody. Like I'm not gonna lie about what I like or who I am, but I still I want to be liked by everyone on some level, you know.
Right.
And sometimes that takes a toll on me, you know.
Yeah. Basically.
And my content, you know. Sometimes I won't post things or won't finish things because I'm like, I don't know. Oh, they're gonna think I'm weird in a bad way. Obviously, I know I want people to think I'm weird. I am weird.
Yeah.
Weird in a bad way. But now I'm trying to embrace that more. Just be myself.
Hell yeah.
And whatever.
Do it, baby.
Whatever. Because most of the time people like us when we're ourselves. So I said, stop hiding it. Trying to be more social. Trying
Give
to be
us
more whatever.
more
of me, baby.
Once more.
Which is why I like the podcast and the clips and things, is I can show it. I can post it anywhere. And like, usually it's well received. People can see our sense of humor that maybe I don't show while I'm at work or while I'm in a group setting. Like they can see the real me.
Yeah. You can post it anywhere.
Anywhere.
That's pretty cool.
Anywhere.
What
I
if
posted
I
on
go
the
like this?
Home Depot forum.
You can't post it anymore.
Yeah, I can't post that one anywhere.
Sorry. Ruined the whole podcast for you.
Damn. Well, it was fun while it lasted. Oh, let's try the frames. We haven't done the framed in a while.
Framed. I forgot about that. It's been episodes.
Yeah, because we had our specials and stuff.
Oh, God. Is this just a boxing movie again? This looks like Rocky 2.
Oh, yeah, it does just look like a Rocky. Oh! No, never mind. It wasn't snowing in that movie, I don't think.
I mean, it could be some weird horror movie. I put Rocky. Oh, what the... Oh.
Just the original Rocky. Where else do people run? Running in the snow. Running in the snow.
What is this?
Whatever. I'll
Is
just also
this?
do a Rocky movie. Dear Mary Joseph.
Don't marry
Joseph. Don't marry... Oh. Don't marry Joseph. Let me think of all the movies that have Joseph in it. Hold on.
That's a lot of movies.
It's not that one. Oh, man.
I have no clue.
I don't even have a guess here. Pride and Prejudice. Anyway, what? Who is that?
What is this?
I'm skipping. No clue.
Huh?
Zero clue. What is that? I've never even heard of that.
Birth?
What is Birth? 2004. Never have I heard of that ever. All right, that's a wash. I'm doing a different one.
669. Ooh.
Oh, doesn't immediately ring a bell either.
Fishing. Kid movie.
The Fishing Kid movie.
I have no idea. Boyhood. Sure, because I have no idea.
Sure, I'll guess Boyhood. I'm going to guess Girlhood, actually. What are these?
$85 a week. Behave.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm going to make the most out there guess.
Okay.
Because of the room shape.
Okay.
I haven't seen this movie.
All right. Going off the
I remember
room shape.
The room shape from the trailer.
That's okay. What?
Dr. Sleep.
Dr. Sleep. Okay.
Yeah. Put it in.
I haven't seen Dr. Sleep either.
Me.
Okay. Me? Put
Yeah. It's because it's the one that's from.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, I haven't seen it though. But I'm telling you, it looks like that. It's
Okay.
The
I'll
attic.
submit it. You got it.
No, I didn't.
I don't know how you got it.
I haven't even seen this movie, bro.
You did it. Well, the next one I would have got it.
Okay.
Yeah. The red rum would have given it away.
I'm telling you, the trailer, there's an attic.
That's crazy. I'm surprised they wouldn't put the third one as the last one. But anyway.
Am I crazy?
How in the... Okay.
Because I remember in the trailer, there was like weird, like adult stuff going on in the attic. I don't think I would have remembered the name of it. I don't think I would, if you would have just told me, oh, it's the movie that's kind of related to, The Shining, but not. I would have been like, oh yeah, that was a movie, but I have no idea what it was called.
But goddamn, a triangular room.
It's an attic.
Dr. Sleep.
Because like, there's not many finished attic movies. Right?
That is an interesting observation you made.
Movies that take place in an attic, but it's like an
They're
unfinished.
not finished though.
You know what I mean?
No, yeah, you're right. That is a good point.
Like if you're thinking about like Hereditary or something, it's an attic, unfinished. You're thinking about
especially if horror too.
Yeah, there's a lot of attics, but they're like creepy wood, open wood attics. Not like there's drywall.
Right.
Name 3 movies with drywall in the attic. You can't do it. Just saying.
That's a tough quiz for you.
Hey, I'll take a weird framed win for once.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Good work. Good work.
You know what I watched this week?
What?
A rewatch. I watched Holes.
Hey, okay.
That's a banger of a movie.
It is a banger.
For
Got
like
the sploosh.
For that era of Disney.
Yeah.
There's a surprising amount of depth and detail and realness.
Yeah.
I mean, it was because there's like so much stuff that normally you wouldn't put into like a kids movie or like especially that era of Disney produced movies.
Yeah.
There's people like killing themselves. There's like
it gets
torture and
dark.
like there's horrible, dark, terrible stuff in there.
Yeah.
But it's good. And of course there's some cheese in there, but it actually holds up surprisingly good.
I haven't watched in a while, but I mean, I've always enjoyed that movie. I'm glad it still holds up.
Yeah, well, because and like all like the old all the different timelines that are kind of interwoven with each other.
Yeah,
and like all the different periods of time that they show are like there's a surprising amount of effort. Or like they have a whole town for like a minute sequence. You know what I mean?
Right. And they dig a lot of holes.
They do dig a lot of holes.
And they got peaches.
Mm-hmm.
And they got Madame Zeroni.
Yeah. Right.
And the spotted lizard things.
Yeah, which are it's funny because it's like they're like very CGI. And then they switch to the actual lizards and they're just like little babies.
They're just chilling.
They're little babies. They're just hanging out.
Yeah,
just like stomping around. And then it cuts to like the angry CGI big fangs. But yeah, the movie kind of messed me up when I was a kid. I remember like, the first thing you see in the movie is a kid purposefully getting bit by a rattlesnake.
Oh yeah, that's right.
To get out of digging holes
scene.
And maybe dying. We don't even really know. Like,
I forgot about that. Yeah, that's quite an intense opening. For
it
a kid's
is.
Movie.
It's like holy shit. There's like it's a deep movie. There's like racism and like exploitation and horrible things. But it's good.
But at the end, they got a big pool.
They do got a big pool. And I forgot that Sigourney Weaver was in that movie.
Who are they?
Who's who?
Who's Sigourney Weaver in the movie?
She's the warden of the camp. She's like the big boss
is her.
lady.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And also his dad, I don't know his actual name, but he's in a lot of stuff too.
Yes. There's a few people who are in a lot of things whose name I don't know.
Yeah. Go watch Holes, guys.
Honestly,
good movie.
It's kind of you got to go dig them holes.
Dig it up, Bubbo. I'm the caveman.
Yeah.
Is that what I'm saying?
Shoes full of sand. Oh, true.
It's good, man. Talk about a good soundtrack.
That's a good movie. It's a good sound. It's good everything. It's
feel good. All right. I'll go back and watch Holes.
Yeah, watch Holes, man.
Well, we're going to start digging, but don't let our absence leave a hole in your heart.
Because
we'll be right back.
After the break.
After the break. You got it.
Get your shovels, baby.
Welcome to the intermission.
Intermissions. Hi.
Hey, what's up?
What's up?
What's today's sponsor? I can't remember.
Yeah, I forgot. You gotta check our email, man.
Oh yeah,
we got sponsored by it's 2 sponsors.
2 sponsors.
Yep.
Okay.
Double. Crayola and Rosart.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It's kind of like a dual battle type thing.
All right. Okay.
So I guess you can kind of compare and contrast, or however you want to do it, And I think their beat go like this.
Oh, yeah. Start your engines, let's go on a race in the Daytona. That's right, we go real fast and we write with our Crayola. A Crayola.
Yeah.
This is art, this is music. Mozart and the Rosart fuse it. Oh, yeah. Crayola and the Rosart, color in our life, bringing so much to the whole start. We like them, we color, and we invite them to our homes to draw and color. Kind of lost the song at the end there, but I just want to let you know what you do with those things.
Turns into a monologue. I like it.
Yeah, markers are nice.
That's deep.
And crowns.
That's deep.
Thank you, Crayola and Rosart. I've used you both. I don't have a personal preference. I want to keep you both as a sponsor. So thank you.
Thanks, guys.
We'll draw you a pretty picture.
Very real.
Very real sponsor.
Thank you for your wax.
Okay, bye.
Bye. We going, baby.
We going. We still going.
Big.
We're back. We're back.
We're back big.
We're back with the snack.
Back with the snack.
Back with the snack.
Back with the snack.
Snack. Snack. Snack.
Like two snaps. Yeah. Snacks.
Back with the snack.
Snap.
Back with the snack.
Hell yeah.
They're
back,
yummy
baby.
and they're crunchy. No. Okay.
Yummy. Okay.
But we're back. What do we got?
Well, it's the first time officially no fruities.
True. Yeah. No fruities at all.
But last time we hit you with the Shoogie Boom.
The Shoogie Boom, which we still got here.
Beautiful
We've
name.
kept it here a whole week.
Whole week. This time, not to be outdone, is our one and only, the Nutzz Party.
Nuts with two Z's.
Party.
Nutzz Party.
Nutzz
Okay.
Party. And
I'm
looks
excited.
like there's jalapenos on there, which scares me because I
Okay.
do not do hot.
Can't
This
believe
is
they
also-
named a snack after like a typical Saturday night for me, baby.
This is also from Turkey. So,
So this is something savory. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Definitely going in a different direction.
yep. All right. Take some Nutzz Party.
Oh, what the heck?
Yeah, they're like little puffs. This is not what I was expecting.
Yeah, I thought they'd be actual nuts. Okay.
Send it,
Yeah, it's a
baby.
little like corn puff thing. Okay.
Whoa.
Well, it comes with a lot of flavor after you
Yeah.
chew it a little bit. It's still going. Still more happening.
That is a party. Oh, now it's a little spicy.
Yeah,
Whoa.
it like went through like 3 different changes. Tastes like some sort of plain corn cereal.
But it goes wild.
Yeah, and then it keeps going. Like the initial hit is the worst part, which isn't bad. Don't get me wrong, but it's
Oh.
the most boring part. And it keeps going.
Sometimes this is just an actual nut.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Here. Have one of these.
Oh, okay. There's all kinds of stuff going on in there.
Yeah. That was really good.
That was really good.
Let me get my little paper.
I'd have a whole party with that. That's Nuts Party. Yeah, read it to me. What we got?
Nuts, popped corn kernels, and ball-shaped chips, all covered with herb mix, either cheddar, onion flavored, or burning hot. Nuts comes with a basic snacking kit in small sizes to have it on the go. It somewhat tastes like crispy crackers. What do you think?
It does taste just like crispy crackers.
What's crispy crackers?
I don't know if they taste like that. I want to try those too, though. But
I mean, those aren't from here, so I don't know what the heck crispy crackers are.
but
That's
dang,
really good.
Nuts Party.
Have some
Definitely
more.
recommend Nuts Party. Is that a taste or a waste?
Oh, that's a huge taste.
Huge taste.
Our first savory is actually a banger. So hey, if you can get your hands on some Nutzz Party, just good stuff, man.
All right. Well,
Delicious.
now that we've eaten a delicious snack, it's time for movie time.
Movie time, baby.
Movie time.
What did we watch this week?
We watched Killers.
What?
We watched Killers.
Sorry.
We watched Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah, watch the movie.
Freaking Martin Scorsese over here.
Yeah. Bleepers of the flower moon. Killers of my energy.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, first, because I haven't seen much of Martin's filmography. I've only seen Wolf of Wall Street and Shutter Island that I can remember.
The Departed.
Oh, yeah, and The Departed.
Thank you.
Since you are a little more versed,
Yeah.
is this like an average? Like, where does this, in terms of the tone, is this like does this
No.
scream Martin Scorsese?
This screams old Martin Scorsese.
Okay.
Because to whatever, like you said, with context, I haven't seen all his movies, but I've probably seen half of them. I've seen a lot more. I've seen, like you said, the ones you've seen, so which is The Departed,
Wolf of Wall Street, and Shutter Island.
Shutter Island. I've also seen Goodfellas, Taxi Driver, Gangs of New York.
Did you see The Irishman?
The Irishman. and a few others that I cannot remember. So I've seen a lot of them. Haven't seen all of them. There's a few that I haven't seen, but I've seen a lot of them. And what his movies do a lot, which I like, is that your protagonist or who you're following is like a bad guy a lot of the time. It's like a criminal, or they're doing bad stuff.
Right.
But you're kind of with them. You're on this kind of journey with them, and you're kind of into it, and you're kind of rooting for them a little bit in a way that you probably shouldn't, but they're like, you're following them. You know, it's their story. You're like, okay. It's like, you know, like Breaking Bad, for example. You know, a lot of the movies feel kind of like a Breaking Bad type story or something.
Okay.
Which this movie did not have. It had the people doing bad things, but it didn't have the like, but I'm kind of... I want to see I've been with them since they were nothing, and I want to see them do good. I want to see them continue. You know, it's like it's kind of the same thing. It's like you've seen like you said, you've seen Wolf of Wall Street, which movies are normally like that, just like a little bit toned down, less like cocaine, but they're still that of hey, we have this person who's just like a kid, and then they kind of grow and they go through this gang or this mafia or whatever the heck, and kind of go up through the ranks, and then they have their downfall or something. You know what I mean? It's their whole journey. Which is, again, what we have here, except without any of the relatability. It's just kind of everybody's just horrible and painful, and not in like a haha like way. It's just like
these guys are fucked up.
They're just all fucked up the whole time.
Yeah.
So
okay, and so in terms of just like a rough, where would it fall on your ranking of his movies? Like,
of the ones I've seen,
favorites?
of the ones I've seen, it's close to the bottom, if not the bottom.
Okay.
Because obviously Taxi Driver is amazing. Obviously The Departed is amazing. Obviously Wolf of Wall Street is like, it's just a fun ass movie. You can't watch that movie and not have a good time. What else have I seen? Goodfellas is just a classic. It's good. Shutter Island is obviously amazing. It's like, all these movies are like bang, bang, banger, 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 banger. And this one's just like, I mean, there's some stuff that's good, I guess, but it's not like, I don't want to watch it again in my life, I don't think.
Okay. So, fair enough. Hey.
Yeah.
That is fair. Would you recommend people watch it or no?
Nah.
Okay.
Not really. I would say if you have seen every single other Martin Scorsese movie,
don't watch
it.
Sure,
you can watch it.
Okay.
But if you have not, go and watch any other one right now.
Yeah.
Because this is not a good... If you haven't not seen a Martin Scorsese
like an
movie,
entryway to his films?
Yeah. Not. It's the opposite.
Okay.
Because it's so long and tiring and boring and sleeper. God.
My man was snoozing. Okay.
Yeah, I was. I mean, even The Irishman is a long-ass movie, and that one's a little slower than some of his other ones, but you're still, like, in it. You're still in it. You're following these characters. They're doing kind of fucked up stuff, but you're with them, and you're like, where are they going to go? How are they going to get out of this? What are they going to do? I
mean, I felt I wasn't, like, in it the whole time, but given it is almost 3.5, like 3 hours, 15 minutes or something like that, I felt it was still paced fairly well. There was some things that were unnecessary or droned on a little long, but I did feel like it kept moving on to the next thing pretty quickly. I haven't watched too many 3-hour movies, but I felt out of the ones I've seen, it moved decently quick enough. Usually anything over 2.5 hours, I feel like they probably could have trimmed off some things, I feel like 2.5 hours is usually the limit. Not saying it can't be done, not saying it hasn't been done. But usually I'm like, they probably could have trimmed off something here, And I do feel like they could have done that here, but in general, I was surprised it was keeping my interest as much as I was expecting to be way less invested.
Well, you should watch more Martin Scorsese movies, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
because here's what I did. I watched this movie, and then I watched The Departed, and it was like night and day. It was night and day, which it was like The Departed goes by in a flash. I'm not saying this one was paced that bad. It's just that I didn't have the variety of emotions. So all I felt the entire movie was I felt bad for this poor fucking lady and all this horrible shit that's happening to her over and over and over again.
That's true. Like, there's not really any changes of tone of like, maybe they're going to get out of this. Maybe this is going to... It's just like,
man, this is fucked up. This is
end?
Fucked up. Man, this is fucked up.
Yeah, it just keeps being fucked up.
They keep cutting back to her like 25,000 times, just being sicker in bed and sick in bed and sick in bed and horrible. Yeah. And I just feel like garbage. I feel it feels horrible for her and like just...
Yeah, I mean, it is based off of like true events, right? So I mean,
like, do we need to cut back to her being in bed that often? I mean, I wish we could have...
It sucks, it's sad.
Yeah, like that's what I felt the whole time, which is like, again, I feel horrible for that lady and like it's fucked up.
Yeah.
But maybe if they would have shown more of our guy, of Leo, and his like... Because he did have some weird internal stuff, but it didn't feel very relatable. It just felt like he was a dumbass. Like literally an actual dumbass.
Just being manipulated and just like not making any decisions for himself. Just like, dude, you're dumb. The only redeeming thing is like there are he at points at least does seem to genuinely have some sort of care for her.
Off and on, and we don't. I guess I wish we would have seen less of her, just to get better, more of him going back and forth about this stuff at least. Yeah. Not just like we have like there's like one scene or of him like wavering on his actions, which is when he's putting the drugs in the thing, and then at one point he's like, and then he doesn't, and he puts it in his own drink. Like, okay, that's good. Yeah. I want to see way more of that, because the rest of the movie he's just doing it. He's not thinking about it. He's not like having any moral quandaries of like, man, this is kind of fucked up. Should I be doing this? He's just doing it.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't even show it. It's just he just did it in the background.
Yeah, because I mean, you can assume, but for a while it doesn't like explicitly say like he was the one committing these things by his own hand. But then, once it's shown, it's like you have no sympathy by that point. It's just, you're fucked up too. It doesn't matter if you say you love her or whatever. Right. You're just messed up. One thing I will praise is I did immediately feel like a part of the world, like in terms of the setting, in terms of the clothing, in terms of the acting, like everything, like, I feel like I'm there. I feel like I'm in this time. I feel like I'm in this place. Everything feels very authentic and genuine. So I give props to that. And obviously the acting, for the most part, was really good. Although I do feel a lot of times Leo came off as like a caricature. Yeah. And like literally the whole movie, he's got like,
I can't even make myself,
well,
they put a thing in his mouth.
But I can't even make myself frown the way he's like literally like the whole time, just big frown. Like
I just want to go home and see my wife.
Yeah.
My wife's real sick, and I'm go home and see her. Yeah.
That's impressive. That was good.
That's the whole movie.
She's real sick. There was also, more often than not, there's like 10 or more characters in any given scene. There's always a lot of things happening, a lot of people on screen, which I know takes a lot of coordination to plan all that out and to block that and to frame it. And so I always appreciated that. I mean, obviously we do have a lot of intimate and one-on-one conversations and that sort of thing, but there was also a lot of just big set pieces with a lot of people doing a lot of things, a lot of like party scenes or, funerals or whatever it is. A lot of people, a lot of extras, which also made it hard to keep up with names at times, other than like Mollie and Ernest, the main people. But sometimes I was losing track of like, who are we talking about again? I kept up. I did it. And the soundtrack I thought was pretty good. I thought the score was pretty good. A lot of like the thumping beat that comes in when things are getting serious. Pretty solid.
Native American influences, of course.
Right. Which I think in 2023, it spoils too much, but I think it's one of my favorite trailers of last year. I really like the trailer. I really like the music in the trailer. I think it's really well crafted, and like the way that like there's like gunshots or whatever, like to the beat of the song. Like it's really well produced. Yeah. Although it does show a key scene later that I wish it didn't show, because it would have caught me off guard more.
Show?
They show parts of like the house exploding and stuff like that scene, which I think would be like really catch you off guard if I didn't like expect it to happen at some point. But I was interested in the movie, and I was surprised I was interested in the movie, because it's been a while. Then I was like, "Oh, Martin Scorsese! I can't wait to see that." Yeah. But maybe now I'll
gotta at least watch a couple, man.
Yeah, I will. I mean, I've liked all the ones I have seen. I love Shutter Island, Wolf of Wall Street, and The Departed was also good. So
when did you even see The Departed?
The Departed was recently. I saw that within the past 4 years.
It's good.
So. Yeah, that's about for initial thoughts. So if you want to move into spoiler territory,
there's not that much to spoil.
Yeah, not really. Just hell breaks loose.
They kill everybody.
So spoilers for Killers of the Flower Moon, I guess.
I don't know. I mean, you covered it pretty good. I mean, like, he's a good director. Of course, it looked good. Yeah. And all the time period stuff was, of course, really tight and really well done. There was nothing that was like, this doesn't feel like this time period. This feels like... And I liked kind of how at first it was kind of subtle how they were being taken advantage of. How, okay, they have this oil money, right? But they're giving it in allotments that they're not even really in control of. And some of them are deemed incompetent, so they can't even control it. They have to have a guardian or whatever, another word for it. You know what I mean? Which they don't explain. They just, I like how it just kind of happens. Yeah. The girl goes in and then she's like incompetent. So it's like, oh, so that's why she has to tell this guy What? Because he's incompetent.
Right.
What? How? What? Okay. But that's just, white people doing their thing, taking advantage. Haha.
Yep.
Like, yeah, we'll give you money, just don't read the fine print because you don't know how contracts work. Haha.
Yep.
So I liked that, and I liked just kind of all of their side of stuff when they have these little groups, have these little group meetings, and they're like, hey, guys, there's not that many of us left here now. Like, all this stuff is happening. Like, we got to do something about this. I wish there was more stuff like this, but like pretty kind of early on when I think it was King who was talking, and he was like, oh, the Osage are a prized people, and it cuts right to the guy like dying on the floor from poison.
Yeah.
Like,
right. Yeah. That's right near the beginning, I think.
I liked that. I wish they would have done more stuff like that. It was good.
Something that took me out was there was a couple times. There's one in particular. Well, there's multiple. I'm pretty sure there are clear day for night shots that just looked really day for nighty. That sometimes takes me out of the movies when it's not done well. I mean, obviously I understand why they do that, but if it looks fake. And then also one in particular, it's I think one of the either the private investigator or one of the lawyers or something. He's like in an alleyway and gets stabbed, and it's like shooting blood onto the ground, and it looks really fake and CG.
Yeah,
that kind of took me out, but. Again, in a over 3-hour movie, it was minor bits.
Yeah, I mean, guns in the Scorsese movies are sometimes they look good, sometimes you could tell they just gave the person a plastic gun and like, okay, now you shoot him.
Yeah, which is weird because sometimes it's done really well. Because like the explosion scene, the house blowing up scene, like all that was done
sick,
really good. It came out of nowhere, and like you like see it blow through the window, and they're still in the bed, and and the aftermath, and everyone, and then the wife Rita or something like that. Like she's just like laying there.
Yeah, that was
like she
weird.
was just sleeping, which I was like,
that was
okay.
weird. She was planted there.
Yeah, and but then they move her and like her head's like blasted open or something. So it was like some of the violence can look pretty visceral, but yeah, other times it can look a little cheesy. But again, minor. Also. There was a scene, it's where King comes to grab Ernest and he like puts him in the car, and it's when he like spanks him and stuff in that room and is like talking down to him. But before that, I think it's the first time because all their cars have the like awooga, like just like old timey horns. And I was like, can't take it seriously when he's like pulling up all badass trying to get your attention. Come out here, Ernest.
I think Robert De Niro actually did pretty good for the most part, which is good because in The Irishman, he was old.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised. It's just weird to me. He put in a really good performance, which is very odd to me. He even did like an accent the whole time.
Yeah.
Where did he come from? What happened? Are they using AI? Are they dubbing in his voice? Are they doing some freaky stuff? Because, he was better than he was in the last movies that I've seen him, so it's just weird.
Yeah, and there was a lot of, like, minor things. Like, I think that was my favorite part of people's acting was all the just the glances they would give or the slight adjustments in their facial expression. Because, like, one scene I enjoyed was where they are announcing that she's pregnant for the first time, and like you could just see like he's like pregnant, like
happy but not happy.
Yeah, and then Ernest is the same way of like he knows that like he's not gonna like this. Not happy. Yeah, just subtle ways. I mean, some of it wasn't so subtle, but stuff like that. And obviously, like we talked about in the last episode, but Mollie's actress Lily Gladstone, I believe her name is, won the Golden Globe at least, and I wouldn't argue that. Not that I've seen all the movies, but she did a very good job. And even though it's more the over the top acting, but Leo obviously did great when they found out that the child was killed, and he's breaking down in the jail cell.
Yep,
good stuff. I mean, again, other than Leo, just I don't know, because he had the most accenty accent of all of them, and like I say, he always just looks.
I don't even look like him sometimes. He looked like a fucking caveman.
That's what I'm saying. He like went too far sometimes. He was too in character. He was not human.
No, yeah,
like a school production, like just trying to be a character. It didn't feel like a real person at that point.
Yeah, well, that's kind of, I didn't feel that the sparks when they were romantic. And he's like, he's just being a creep. He's just being a weirdo.
Yeah.
Take you home to my place. Yeah.
Like, why is she into this?
Right, because she seemed so smart and like aware. Like she knew. She's like, yeah, these white boys just want my money. Like,
yeah.
Why is she like, oh yeah, you're so personable and so.
It's weird. It didn't add up for me. I don't know.
Me neither. That's what I'm saying. Like a lot of stuff is just like had the ingredients of a Scorsese movie, but like it did the subtleties in the relationships and the stuff was not there. I don't know why.
If I get married, I want to wear the attire that they wore.
True. They looked like marching band.
That's why I said, yeah, marching band or like a matador or like someone at like a ringleader at a circus or something like those. I don't know what those uniforms are called, but with like the kind of pointy shoulders, and then everyone else has those big ass hat things.
They were sick.
It was like the women wearing that, which is cool. I respect it.
Yeah.
I mean, all of the fashion is cool for the
and I liked the ending too, where it was like old timey crime podcasts.
Oh yeah. It's like a radio show, radio stories or whatever
but like
they're called.
Live.
Yeah, and like the master Foley artists over here.
Sick.
Crack open a pop, baby,
True
or a beer.
Yeah, it was cool. I liked that.
Yeah, it was an interesting way to end it, to tell the like epilogue.
I liked it until Martin came out.
Oh yeah, he did have to have a little cameo.
Because it's just like, at the end of the day, what the whole movie feels like to me is just like a thing to bring publicity to this story. You know what I mean? Of how horrible this was.
For sure.
Which, of course, it worked as that, and that's great, and I like that, and that's good because that's horribly fucked up that this happened and all this stuff was going on. But yeah, it doesn't make it a good movie though necessarily. Not that it wasn't a good movie, but you know what I'm saying. It doesn't add to. Just
because these events did happen and it was fucked up and we showed that it was fucked up doesn't inherently mean it's a masterpiece.
Because I get that because it happened, I can understand the unwillingness, not wanting to put too much humanity into the main character guy because
he was redeemable in real life.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you kind of need to do that for me to like.
Yeah.
Because that's what you need. That's why his movies are so good and so like you get so sucked in because you're like it's like on the edge of morality, which is why I wear stuff.
Because the best villains are, even if you don't agree, you at least can kind of understand how they got here, why they're doing what they're doing, and it's like for this, it's just you're all just fucked up. You just want money. Oh, that doesn't
exactly. So that's why I snoozers of this amount power losers, but it's still good.
And what do you rate it?
Not high.
Okay.
7.5, probably.
Okay.
If I could do a half.
Yeah.
It was good. I don't think anybody would say it was a bad movie.
Right.
But I don't want to watch it again. I don't think there's any subtleties I missed. I don't think there was any grand emotional stuff that I didn't dig into in the characters. It's just like, hey, this person is horribly fucked up, and this person who's a victim of that horrible fucked up person, and that's what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is pretty linear in what happens. Just people are being taken advantage of in fucked up ways and being killed for their money, and that's that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I had it at an 8.
8 could be argued, but it wouldn't be a very soft 8 for me. The softest 8 of all time.
Just a flaccid 8.
Yeah, you definitely gotta watch more of his movies though.
I will.
I like Gangs of New York. I like Gangs of New York. People don't like that movie that much. I love that movie.
What is your favorite of his?
I don't know. It depends.
Is anything a 9? Anything a 10?
No, I don't think he makes 10s. I just think he makes really good 8s.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get you.
Really good 8s. Well, maybe The Departed, maybe for me is a 9. Maybe. Okay. Maybe. Just because there's so much like little details in that movie. If you... when I just watched it again, there's so much stuff that I did not pick up on the first time that I watched it a couple years ago or whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah. Little stuff. You know, again, it's even the same thing of stories. Like I said, he always does the same thing. Not always. There's a lot of things that don't. But again, normally it's like take a normal person, put them through some fucked up shit, and then they kind of justifiably do some bad things. And then at some point they cross a line. Yeah. And then they their downfall comes because of that crossing of that line. It's generally the arc of a lot of his movies, right? But like, we didn't get that whole middle part. We just got the second half.
Again, it would have been different if Ernest wasn't participating in it from the beginning and was slowly like lured into it somehow, but he was pretty much just
it's just stupid. You
can't
be like, oh yeah, I actually love my wife. I actually love her. While actively
he's
poisoning her. What are you talking about, dude? Like, oh, I know, I actually do love my wife. I'm just being taken advantage of. You're literally putting poison into like what?
Yeah,
doesn't make any sense.
There's ways you could have gone about that if you loved her so much. There are other methods of going about that.
Literally, man.
That's love. That's love.
Literally,
I'm starting to question anyone I've said I love you to. I didn't poison them. I didn't kill all their entire family. I don't know if I actually loved anyone. Because I know, like, this is some people's favorite movie of the year. I've seen that on people's lists. I can get on their top 10. But in the echelon of Scorsese, I don't know if it will continue to hold up.
I've seen The Aviator, too.
Okay.
Which is also good. Which apparently, like, a lot of these movies are rated lower, but like from the Silence is at a 7.2, Killers of the Flower Moon is at 7.8. The subtlety and the things that I saw in the last like 20 minutes of Silence is like, you know what I mean? A million years above. Even though that movie is not a bunch of like crazy violence and action bullshit, but it's just like, I don't know, man. But I guess this movie is more digestible for people because it's not a lot of thinking. You know, it's just like you just watch and you say.
Right.
Man.
Right. Everything's pretty straightforward.
That's pretty fucked up, yeah.
Everything's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I think so.
Also, I remember when it came out, there were people talking about the first lines of Brendan Fraser. He's, his attorney.
Yeah.
And like, because his first introduction is him standing, I'm like, I want to talk to my client or whatever. Like, just immediately 0 to 100. People were like, he was going a little wild there.
Yeah, true.
Which, now seeing it in context, that initial scene is a bit much, but, I think he did a fine job.
Yep. It's a good movie. It's definitely not bad. And for some people, it being slow and a little bit just like simple, it's not a bad thing. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of like a different type of movie, I guess. It was quiet and beautiful in what it was. But for me, personal, enjoyable, I need a little bit more to chew on if it's going to be that long. I did like seeing Jesse Plemons as a good guy.
It's true.
I'm used to seeing him as a crazy asshole.
Yeah.
And this one, he's like just a FBI guy or something.
Yeah, which I believe like this is the first, maybe not the first thing they do, but like this is when the FBI is becoming a thing.
I like that. I like the aspect of the passing of time in the movie of like, hey, they could get away with a lot of this shit, but it's right into the time where like you can't get away with this type of stuff.
Yeah,
because we're getting actual structure to the government and where technology is going up and up, and yeah, it was cool how that stuff happened.
Yeah, I found that pretty good, pretty entertaining.
And I also liked the scenes that were the like hallucination scenes and stuff as people were dying.
Yeah, where it's like showing them like waking up and being like escorted away, or
the owl.
Yeah, the owl.
The stuff like that.
Yeah, but yeah, damn.
And the invention of insulin.
Yeah,
that stuff was cool.
Also important. Yeah, the diabetes.
Oh, the wasting illness. Oh,
diabetes, more like the white guy beat us.
True. Holy shit. So, what do you think about the one guy, the other guy who married Anna? Mm-hmm. Anna died.
Right.
Married Rita.
Right.
Rita died. Well, Rita died too. Was he good boy, or was he also freak, or was he in between and he did like the money but he wasn't going to kill nobody?
I'd probably say that I don't think any of the white folk were good people. If they were in any way intertwined with any of them.
There's probably a few.
Well, because he dies.
Yeah.
So, maybe he wasn't that bad because they didn't kill anyone else of their own kind unless they like fucked up.
That was just to get him out of the way, yeah.
Yeah. So maybe he was redeemable. It was good. I don't regret watching it, but
Yeah.
yes, I don't think have any need to go back to it. But I will go back to his other stuff for the first time. I'll go to his stuff.
Do it.
All right. What's your? Give me one. First one I should go to.
If you really can't stomach something gangster related, then Taxi Driver.
Does Taxi Driver have Joe Pesci? Because I realized, because I know he's in a lot of his stuff, and I don't think I've seen any of his stuff where he's not.
Goodfellas has Joe Pesci.
Where he's not trying to rob a little kid.
True. I think he's in Goodfellas for sure. You should watch Goodfellas too.
Yeah, I know he's in Irishman.
Irishman is also good, but I wouldn't put it as high as some other ones. And also, it's long as fuck.
Yeah.
It's like 4 hours or something, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely upper 3 for sure.
I would watch Taxi Driver, maybe Goodfellas. And like I said, personally, I like Gangs of New York. A lot of people don't, but I do.
Okay.
It's like weird and like a little campy at times, but like I like it. And I like movies kind of like this movie where there's a passage of time and eras change, and Gangs of New York is like that a lot.
Okay.
Where it's like, because it's about how New York is kind of like a war zone in the early, when New York is first starting and everything is unorganized and everything's just kind of chaos, and there's people trying to take control of it, but then it kind of transitions. You know what I mean?
Well, I'll take a dive into Scorsese's zone.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna watch all of them. I watch a couple, man, at least. Do
Yeah,
yourself a
at least
service.
1 or 2 of his other like classics to know if I'm.
Because that's the thing. They're very digestible movies. You know what I mean? They're very easy to watch. You don't have to like,
Oh, I gotta really appreciate this.
they're just like, you know.
Yeah.
He doesn't make 10s, but he makes really solid.
Yeah. People would fight
8s.
you on that probably, but
Nah, this is well known.
okay.
Who has the favorite movie is a Martin Scorsese movie? Very few people, but like lower top 10. Oh, definitely, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
You gotta have somebody who's just pumping out solid 8s every day, or else where do the 10s have to build off from?
True. If everything was a 10, what would be the point? Nothing's a 10. Exactly. If they're all 10s. All right.
Think about it.
So for my suggestion, I'm trying to decide kind of between 2 different things here. Past lives.
Yeah.
Just romance movie. And then one people are talking about right now, which I know is just a weird movie, or at least people say it's really weird, is the movie Saltburn.
Oh, God.
But
Saltburn.
I think that one's more so for just the meme.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's actually good. I don't know if it's actually a enjoyable movie, or if people are just talking about it because it has some weird stuff.
Yeah.
So I think we'll go with Past Lives, because also that's just like romance and sad. I think it's sad.
Okay. I love having many
Back-to-back sad
romance movies.
Yeah. I feel it diversify the portfolio.
I'm diversifying right now inside.
Because I don't know when I'm going to put that on myself.
I don't know anything about that movie
podcast.
other than people like it.
That's all I know too.
Okay.
I know it's high on people's lists. I know it's one of the best of the year.
Why are you always suggesting...
What am I always suggesting?
Why are you always suggesting romantic Korean movies, Tyler? What's wrong with you?
Got a problem, baby?
I'm seeing a pattern.
It was only one other one. What do you mean?
Yeah, but statistically, we've only been 10
Out of my
episodes.
five suggestions, 2 of them have been romantic because they make good stuff.
Yeah, okay. Well, how about a freaking crazy one at least? I mean, Jesus.
I could change my answer.
No.
Okay.
We can watch it. I'm down.
All right. We're trying to go through the backlog, the 2023 banger backlog.
That's okay. That means I can go through the 23 banger backlog and suggest something fun.
Yeah.
Because I already have one I'm going to pick, but I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Okay. Like I said, there is stuff I want to see that I just don't know if it's easily accessible right now.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So we're getting lovey-dovey. So save up all your lovey-dovey topics.
Well, it might not be lovey-dovey. It might be horrible and sad.
That's true. That's true. Hey, if it is, I will apologize in advance. We can cry it out together. Can cry it out together. But okay. I don't watch a lot of sad romance, so I'm ready. I'm ready. All right. Well,
thanks for checking it out.
Thank you for surviving the killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah. We're going to cry again next week.
Yeah. If you have any topics you want us to discuss, any questions, any movie recommendations, anything at all,
hit us in the commie.
hit us in the commies. Send us a message on one of the socials.
Yep.
Leave a like, leave a subscriber, hit the bell, all the good stuff.
Yep, all that and more.
We hope 2024 is treating you well so far.
Yep.
We plan to make it even better for you.
We're going to treat you so well.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to treat you
Oh, yeah,
so
baby.
well.
Treat you so well. So well.
All right, y'all.
Thank you so much for listening. Off Angle is once again brought to you by me and Tony. The music track in the background was created by Tony, as well as random sounds that came out of my mouth upon request. We can be found on all social medias at Off Angle Pod. And also be sure to leave us a rating on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. We'd really appreciate it. We'll catch you guys in the next one.
Oh, I'm Tyler. Tony, you're so cool and so funny. I know, bro. I know. It's just natural for me.